This is the Central Florida Computer Society monthly Tech-SIG for February 28th. February. Stan Wallner is busy tonight. I'm co-chairing for him. We'll see how many join us.
My third meeting of the day, and I'm still waiting to. I need to get on and do a tech support email to my backup provider, Backblaze. I've been doing some. Doing some backup testing with their cloud storage, and I had a Linux virtual machine set up with some software that was backing up to what they call these little buckets of files. And my virtual machine crashed. It was an external drive, and I had to restore it to a previous snapshot. I lost the link between the backup software and the server. Now I'm having trouble figuring out how to. I reloaded the software, but now I don't know how to get the software to talk to those buckets of data anymore.
I use the what is it? The time sync timeline, whatever it's called, on my Linux computer, and I've got a SD card sitting in the slot, and it just every time I log in, it makes a backup, and then every time that the computer is on once a week, it makes a full backup. Looking for it. I don't see it.
So do you have any real-time file monitoring going on where you just edit a Word document and hit save and it gets backed up?
No. Time shift, isn't that it? I think that's it. Let me see. TIME. Well, that's not doing it. Come on. Oh, it locked up. That's not good. Interesting. I was formatting. Oh, okay. Let me just close this. I can. Every now and then on this particular computer, it locks up. I don't know why. All right, let me try searching again. Time shift. Yeah, that's it. And
oh, okay. So time shift. I have that on my computer. Now, what do you back up to?
I have a 256 gigabyte SD card in the MMC whatever slot.
Oh, okay.
On it, and I do the same on my notebook too, which is Linux. And then it says, if you're on, do the backup, and if you've just logged in, do the backup, and then do it once a week. Keep 5, and then do it I think once a month, and keep 12 or whatever it is. So I've got either a tag of an O, which means online, M for monthly. I see that. I see the monthly ones. And I see on the monthly ones, I had Ulissa in 2021, 2022. I had Una. And late August of 22, I have Vanessa. And then it changed to Vera on 1/16/23. That's when I updated the 21.1.
Yep, I'm going to be doing a demonstration of a software program called Duplicati. It works on Windows, Linux, and Mac, but I'm going to be demoing it on Linux. To back up to either Google. I'm gonna demonstrate it going to Backblaze. I have that working, and
that's in the cloud, right?
Yes, doing a cloud backup. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got so many hard drives. I'll do a file by file backup to pCloud, but I do my images to these things.
Right.
This one I think is it's 1 terabyte. And then I've got one that I used to have with my Synology. This is a 2 terabyte
Right.
in a shock resistant case. I figured if I was using Synology for backup and then I was using a 2 terabyte to back up the Synology and the Synology was driving me crazy, I just said, no, I'm just going to get rid of it and then use pCloud in this and my little hard drives.
Yeah. You might be a candidate for a small sync thing installation. Have you ever looked at that?
At what company?
Using a continuous file synchronization program
Yes, I
that
have.
basically monitors. You set it up to monitor a particular folder or a series of folders on your computer that you have documents in that you might want to have saved, and it mirrors them over to a hard drive attached to another physical computer. So it's a
This is when it comes up, SmartSync Pro. I paid for this years and years and years ago. And I have several profiles to different drive letters when they're on. And like this one right now is a profile to back up all my pictures. And P is my pCloud drive to the pictures folder. And then I
Right.
can have my same thing for my documents. So this is how I get my stuff up in the, and it,
oh,
and-
so you
and-
okay?
and-
So you're using SmartSync Pro
yeah,
software. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be demoing a different product called GoodSync.
yes, it's similar. It came out
And
after SmartSync and I just decided since I'd already purchased it, I'd just stay with it.
yeah, it's GoodSync that I used to have an installation on Linux that was linked to Backblaze, and I also had Duplicati, and the Duplicati didn't go away. It's still there, and the buckets of data that I created with GoodSync are technically still on the server. I just don't know what permissions requirements I have. I don't have the right permissions, I don't think, to actually get to the data. So I need to ask for help.
Well, I was going to demonstrate ChatGPT tonight. So since you brought up a Quest, let me bring that up and let me do that. Now I gotta get back and share my screen with hang on a second. I can just do this with a keyboard. Share screen, Control-Alt-S. Okay, screen. All right, can you see ChatGPT?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to know what the requirements are for Duplicati?
Well, I know Duplicati works on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and I have it working on Linux.
Let me just
I don't
say,
have any. It's
provide
GoodSync.
a short summary of the backup program, DUPLICATTI. Is that spelled right?
Sounds right. I'm not sure if there's 2 T's or 1 T, but
That's a 1 T. Okay. So this is demonstrating how ChatGPT can be of service. So we're just saying it provides encrypted incremental backups, various cloud storage providers, local
Right.
file systems, full incremental differential backup, backup scheduling and retention policies, deduplication, that's interesting. That'd be a very nice feature. Compression and client-side encryption, that's nice. Versatile and reliable for individuals.
Yeah, you put in your own paraphrase. Basically, when you set up your backup, the first thing it asks you for is a paraphrase, almost like a password, like a master password
Yep.
for the backup. And then it uses that paraphrase to encrypt the data before it puts it up on your cloud drive. So that not even the cloud provider has access to the data.
Okay. Here's the steps to set it up.
Yep, this is great. This I have working. It's the good sync that I'm in trouble with right now. I'm in hot water with that right now.
There've been people that have been criticizing ChatGPT as nothing more than a semi-smart search engine. But I find it, and I know Bob G has found it to be extremely helpful in things like I've just done. And
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this.
and then if you actually weren't install, if you let's see, create a backup, destination, backup options. Okay, let's say we want to expand on paragraph 5. It knows in this chat how far along I am. So I'm just going to say expand paragraph 5.
Okay.
So now it's going to go back up and say you choose various options, full incremental differential.
Yep.
And of course, you're getting ready to do a presentation. So this actually gives you, and you could say, give me an outline for a presentation on it, and then say expand on each one. And then it gives you the slides that you could do or the things that you could talk to it.
Wow, this would be very helpful.
And it keeps track. It knows what you've done. Now, the interesting thing is, let's say if you just wanted to have fun with it. Okay. So I did a sample of quantum computing. I said, explain quantum computing in iambic pentameter. And it just, I mean, if you want to read it, you can read it. I'll read the first bit. In quantum computing, bits and states are states, not just one or two, it oscillates. Entangled particles make up qubits, a complex system where solutions emit. And it presses on in iambic pentameter, you know, to go through the whole thing. So then I said, explain artificial intelligence to an audience of senior citizens interested in technology.
Oh, I saw this today.
And it remembered that I had used iambic pentameter and I hadn't cleared that. So it then continued in iambic pentameter for its answer.
Yes.
And I got to kick. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is a modern technology that's quickly caught the attention of many folks today. And it's not hard to see why they say, and it goes on, you know, and it's just, it does all kinds of interesting things. So in order to clear that out, you can either clear your conversation or you can say clear iambic pentameter and then continue to ask questions. And you can keep track of your various things that you've asked for.
I created an account, but I haven't done a whole lot with it yet.
Well, it's interesting. Like let's see if I just clear this. Let me clear that.
I threw in some simple Excel formulas and
and doing formulas and programming is also good.
I'm anxious to see how well it handles structuring Linux commands.
The one sample that I saw in new chat, okay, describe the terminal, the Linux. Let's make it Mint. Describe the Linux Mint terminal. Update any software that which is ready for updates. And notice now it's actually showing you
Test,
terminal
test,
as it goes through it.
test, test, test.
Yeah, it's doing there's the distribution upgrade. They're giving you a whole bunch of different choices.
Yep.
So
So-
there's individual app upgrades, but there's also
Right.
a distribution upgrade as well.
Right. So where was getting hung up many times is I have problems in the V-edit program, getting in and getting out in keyboard commands. You know, so you can say enumerate the top 10 keyword commands for V-edit in Linux Mint.
Oh, I don't use V-edit. There's a text one called, is it Pico? Is there one called like Pico or Pico?
Describe Gedit,
Wow. Yeah, Gedit I use. Atom.
Sublime, never heard of that.
But there's a DOS command style editor that is, you would use it instead of using VI in a terminal. You wanted to edit a file, and it has simpler syntax. Is there a nano maybe?
I think what is
Right, nano.
Hello. Hello.
hello, Clint.
And they got my mic to work.
Good.
Yeah, there it is. That's what I've been using a lot lately.
Small size, ideal to use with systems. And then again, if you wanted to know
Wow. You can go crazy. What's nice is they display them on the screen for you in a big help bar, so you don't even have to memorize them.
So for me, initially I was trying to think, oh, this ChatGPT is just, something weird, play with it, have a little fun with it, but it's really helped me.
This is amazing.
Some of you know that I use this for, or that I'm doing a series on tech for seniors and electric cars. And when Bob G started telling me he was using it for many of his videos, and he's actually done some recent videos where the whole thing was done with artificial AI, a couple of different programs. And I said, all right, I'm going to be discussing the charging options for electric cars. So I asked, I said, give me an outline for a presentation on electric vehicle charging. And it gave me a great outline. Some of them I liked, some of the things I didn't like. And then I said, elaborate on option C. And then it gave me more stuff. And I said, okay, tell me specifically about the different connectors. And it did that. So I now have in essence, all the research that I would normally do to get ready for a presentation. And all I have to do is take each of the subjects and build my slides and get some pictures and record it. So I'm not going to.
So this goes a long way towards helping you prepare.
It really does. It really does. So, okay, I'll stop sharing.
But that's all great stuff right there.
Sean's here. I wonder how long he's been waiting. Okay, didn't see it. Hope you weren't waiting long, Sean. I was demonstrating ChatGPT.
Okay,
I didn't see you had gone in.
thanks.
We don't have too many people tonight. And we were talking about backup programs. We were talking about using ChatGPT to help research for presentations and doing research on Linux terminal commands and things like that.
I have a friend of mine that has a son that goes to Lake Highland Prep School, and he was recently told there was an email or a communication that went out from the school to the parents to make it clear that the kids are not to use ChatGPT.
Right.
Well,
It's already filtering its way into schools. There are some
yes,
professors in
definitely.
schools that have already said oral presentations are coming down the road.
if I go back to it, let me just go back. Here's the terminal commands that I was doing. But if I go ahead and get rid of that and say, yeah, I'll get rid of it. Now we're going to do provide, let's say, provide an outline for a term paper on the medieval, is that spelled right? No, here we go. On the medieval dark ages of Europe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are taking world history, there's your term paper, okay? And then if you say, well, I wonder how much I can get. So let's say expand. Get in here. Expand one dot B one dot C.
I wonder if it does the footnotes and everything.
Let's find out. Now, the problem, see, if you submitted this to a teacher, now the teacher would probably say, you use ChatGPT. But let's see if we can get footnotes. Provide how about that?
So you just copy and paste that into your word processor.
Off you
You
go.
could do your whole term paper in a day.
So, I mean, it has so much potential. It's just amazing what you can do with it. Anybody got a query you'd like me to ask it?
What I found disappointing was that I learned today that this program, ChatGPT, and Microsoft are basically in bed together, or they own a good chunk of it.
Yeah, Bing is essentially the new Bing. As Bob G's got a presentation he just put up on YouTube. So the new Bing, and I'm in line for it, actually incorporates GPT in the Bing search engine. I
Right,
I don't think it, because this is supposed to be limited to 2021 data. I don't think it's got date on it, but let's just see.
I'm on the waiting list for the Bing stuff.
I don't think it can do it.
Um,
Let's see.
they're going to start pushing it in Windows. Windows 11. Some of the new updates, Microsoft is starting to get more aggressive at pushing Bing on people.
So theoretically, this source material is limited to what was in the database as of the end of 2021. So I guess as late as the end of 2021, the database at ChatGPT was aware that Microsoft might want to incorporate it because it's a fact now. And as I said, Bob has demonstrated it in one of his current videos. If you go,
And then, so if you're a Google user, you just have to sit and wait for them to figure out how to catch up to this.
yeah, what is it? They said that they were going to use not Bravo, Bard. Was it Bard that was Google Bard?
Something that apparently didn't launch well.
Yeah, it did not work well. Let's see. Let's see if it knows about it. Probably doesn't. Is Google Bard like? Okay.
Oh,
So this tells me that ChatGPT's database being supposedly limited to 2021 is not necessarily true. They're updating it all the time. So if there's something in there,
This information is too new for 2021.
it certainly is. Yeah. Different language models designed for different purposes.
Because it'd be interesting to see how much the balance shifts between the market share for people using Google as their search engine versus people migrating over to Bing. Going over to Bing to get the AI doesn't necessarily, it's going to give you better search results for the things that Google is doing a good job of today.
Interesting. I've gone to the Brother support and gotten all kinds of stuff that, so I'm going to actually uninstall. On my notebook, I can't print. I've tried several times. I've brought drivers in. I brought a whole bunch of stuff in.
Oh,
And
this is telling you exactly how to do it.
so theoretically, this is telling me I'm going to actually, before I do this though, I'm going to get the command. How do I uninstall? Just
This is perfect.
see here. Uninstall. On. Existing.
Oh, wow. I'll be damned.
And with the latest update to Linux Mint 21.1 Vera, it's supposed to self-detect the printers that are already installed. And I've been having problems installing that upgrade on my notebook. I actually had to restore it from time shift.
You're
So, and
gonna give this a shot.
hey, I may try this, Okay, well, I'll do it on the computer, so I actually have the thing in a text file. And then I can just erase that chat and just do new chats if I want to. You're supposed to get higher priority by going to plus. But
And it's
I don't
$20 a month.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to pay.
Wow, that's a lot, huh?
Fast response, priority access. But they've made,
When you want to get that paper done, you might as well pay $20 a month.
that's true if you're doing term papers, but there's now a chat GPT detector available for people who are reading the term papers to say what is the probability that this was generated by artificial intelligence. So
When you tell chat to do the term paper, you have to ask for a C, not an A.
yeah, do the term paper as if I was only going for a C. Okay, so let me stop sharing here.
Have it throw some punctuation errors in there and some grammatical errors in there.
I imagine this would have helped me in college. I was very good in math in high school, and I had very high aptitude test results with math. Once I got in and we were doing differential equations, and integral equations, all of that stuff in I guess it was my sophomore year in college, and I just was totally snowed. I'm a practical guy. Logic, I understand, but theoretical math just is. So I actually had to hire a tutor, and she said, "How good are you at memory?" I said, "I'm excellent. I can record and I start whatever." She said, "Okay, I'm going to give you a set of flashcards, and we'll try different word problems. And when you see these words in the word problems, you use this equation." And she would show me the flashcard, and then this one, show me the flashcard. This one, show me the flashcard. So between our sessions, and I don't remember if it was once or twice a week that we were doing this, I would get these flashcards memorized, and then she would just throw, "Okay, here's an equation for you to solve." And I said, "Oh yeah, okay, it's that and this," and put those two together, and we were able to do it. So I don't know if that's cheating any more than ChatGPT would be cheating. So is that truly Huey, or is that Stan using Huey's account?
It's Huey.
Hello, Huey, welcome. Let's see, Dick Vogel's waiting.
Yeah.
Let's see how long he's been waiting. I am recording. Let's see when he comes back online. We've been talking about ChatGPT.
I did this afternoon in a session too, where I played my video. And then we talked all different things you can do with it. And I showed the one that creates a graphic as well.
The other AI, yeah.
Yeah, we discovered some great questions. Mike was able to ask it some great questions.
We did a
Useful
term
for-
paper. We did an outline for a term paper on medieval history in Europe in the Dark Ages, and it gave a complete outline.
It's just amazing. It's amazing what it's doing.
Yeah. Dick, how long were you waiting?
Oh, probably about 5 minutes or more.
Sorry, my screen was in ChatGPT at the time.
Sorry, I'm late.
No problem. We really haven't gone around, just been discussing stuff. Drew talked a little bit about what was the name of the backup program?
Well, I'm doing talks on two separate programs, one called Duplicati and another called GoodSync.
What's
And
this called?
Duplicati,
Hmm.
like
yeah,
an Italian word. And
Yep,
I went into ChatGPT and showed Drew, how you could
he
ask.
did he did my presentation for me in 30 seconds.
You just have to double check and make sure what it says is accurate.
That's true.
The date, that's the biggest.
Well,
It sounded like it was dead on.
We did ask it to tell us about Google Bard and how it was similar to ChatGPT. And it actually came back with a response, saying that each is developed as a natural language model. Each one has its own approach. And if ChatGPT knew about Bard, and this was only, as of December of 2021,
Yeah.
it didn't really get going, I would think, until 2022, and how much of it was public knowledge, but it knew about it. So it must be adding to the database as it goes. All righty. Well, Sean, what have you been working on this week or this last month?
Well, I just had almost a heart attack. I've got a client that has about 100 users that about an hour ago now, I had a phone call, a text rather, from one of them saying, "Hey, I can't get online, and I've got a Zoom meeting I'm doing a presentation to somebody in California, and I can't. All of a sudden, I can't get online." And within minutes, I got another one from somebody else that's here. That person was in Cincinnati. This person, the second person was in Orlando or in Winter Park. She couldn't get online. And she sent me a screenshot and it says your antivirus software is blocking your connection. So we use a company called Lane Technologies as an MSP, and I contacted them, but it took some time. We were able to determine that it was a false positive, that Sentinel-1, which is the antivirus software, was blocking 35 computers. It just within a minute, 35 computers were blocked. And we figured out that it was a piece of software that I use for remote connections to remotely assist these folks, called DW Service. And the DW agent was being flagged. So we put an exception in for that. They use a tool called Splashtop at this MSP, and the guy that I was talking to said they have had that issue happen with Splashtop, which is another well-known remote tool. So, but that's why I was late. I was going to take a shower and come up and get ready for this meeting and be here right at 7:00. And that all broke loose. And I was really worried there was some kind of ransomware or something. So, but it wasn't that at all. So they were able to flip the switch and everybody's back online. But so that happened. That was today. I'm trying to think of anything else. No, not really. I don't have a lot of new things to talk about, new gadgets. Not that I can think of. I'm sure I'll think of things as you folks are talking, and I'll chime in.
Okay. Paul, what have you got to pass on to us before you have to leave? And you're muted.
See,
There
was
you go.
that my name you called?
Yes.
Okay, I'm got two things going here, so I'm just listening. I really don't have much to really everything's working. I haven't done anything really wild lately with electronics or mechanical. So I'm pretty good, and everything seems to be working with Mindy's phone. My phone's still working, so we're down at the AT&T store again, but I think my bill's finally squared away. Finally, after a couple of months and several screw ups. So I'll hand it back to you, Mike.
All righty. Mr. Vogel, what's happening with you? Dick Vogel.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. My latest problem is my wife has an iPhone now, And she also has a Fitbit Sense. And she has not been able to get the iPhone app to talk to the Fitbit Sense. And I've played around with it a little bit, and we've done some searches, and other people seem to have a similar problem. So I have no idea what the root cause is. Very disappointing.
Well, let's see what ChatGPT has to say about all that. How can one troubleshoot a Fitbit Sense and an iPhone? May want to know what the iPhone. Make sure it's properly connected via Bluetooth. Settings of Bluetooth. Off and on again. Press and hold the button on the side for 12 seconds until the Fitbit logo appears. Update your Fitbit Sense and iPhone to the latest software versions. Try restarting your iPhone and Sense, which looks like it's repeating itself. Make sure it's properly charged. It may not function properly. Try removing your Fitbit Sense from your iPhone's Bluetooth settings and then repairing, and so on. So if you don't have ChatGPT in yet, I will simply put this into chat and you can copy and or let's see here. And okay, it's now in chat.
Beautiful.
But this is just an example of the kind of thing that if you're not getting what you need from forums, may not be correct, as Huey said, maybe not be the most current information, because you notice I didn't say what version of Fitbit Sense and what type of iPhone and what type of iOS has, but it's got some interesting things there. So
Okay. Thank you. That I'll have to try that. Let's see. How do I get the chat on this?
down at the bottom, you'll see chat.
I'm not seeing.
What are you on? A regular computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have in the icons at the bottom of your screen. You got
I just have my normal icons.
yeah, it's in the normal icons and
Zoom icons.
the Zoom icons.
Okay.
Mute, stop video, security, participants, polls, chat. And then under chat, you just click it and it should open up your chat.
Hmm.
You don't have chat on your screen?
I do not have chat on my screen. I have Zoom, Zoom meeting, and Zoom. And then they're the log on screen, the gallery screen, and then your computer, Mike.
No chat.
Move your mouse all the way to the bottom. Maybe you've got it so the menu doesn't show until you move your mouse down there.
Let me
I'm
take
all the way at the bottom. Doesn't go.
According to the bar, Alt H is the keyboard equivalent for
Oh, wait a
opening
minute,
chat.
wait a minute. It's on my gallery screen. It's not on my on your computer screen. There we go. Okay. So I'll just, there's a save chat somewhere in here. There it is.
yeah, there's a little
Yeah.
save chat thing down I think it's
Got it.
3 dots and save chat.
Yeah. Never had problems with Tech-SIG, but this one's giving me a trouble. Okay, thank you. I got it. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Let us know if that works, because again, it's just another reinforcement
Yeah.
on how ChatGPT can help.
I've joined Huey and gotten my new Samsung S23 Ultra. I'm still getting logged into all the apps that I had to transfer from my Note 9. But I really like that phone. That's an awesome phone.
Oh, you got the brand new one.
when I got my S22 Ultra, I went to YouTube and I found some videos that talked about all the different settings. And
Ah,
I suggest you do that. It'll explain the settings and then give you suggestions to which ones you may want to change or not, but at least you'll understand a lot of the settings and what you can do with it.
beautiful. Appreciate that. Thank you, Huey. That's about all that's exciting in my life.
Okay, well, I know Huey, you've been involved in a lot of presentations. Anything besides presentations you'd like to share with us?
No, well, I've been playing an awful lot with AI. I'm subscribing to a couple of newsletters that every day there's probably 8 or 10, sometimes as many as 15 new services about AI. And I'm noticing that all of them are $10 to $20 a month. And the expense for AI is quite high. One of the articles that I read, and I think I talked about it somewhere, the expense for for like Bing, for the search engines, it's 10 times higher for AI than it is for the regular search. So the costs are extremely high. And so, and every company in the world is somehow working with some kind of AI. And right from the beginning, they're all charging a lot of money. A lot of them are going to go away. A lot of them will merge. It's going to be an interesting year, the rest of the year, with all this AI stuff. I also, I don't know if you mentioned or not, if you want to go to Chat GPT, they just bought a domain name. Did you mention that at all?
No, I was unaware of it.
Okay, yeah, they bought a domain name, AI.com. And if you type in AI.com, it'll take you to the chat.open AI and
Let's give it a shot here. Just AI.com.
AI.com.
Oh, yeah, let's go straight to it.
Yep. They paid $11 million for that domain.
Now, there's a good question to check whether recent data is in there. How much did the domain AI.com cost? Probably would have no idea if it wasn't in the current database. Yeah, all right. He didn't have that.
I can't reach AI.com.
Really? I'm sorry, I do not have access to most recent sales data for domain names. Well, it's true. According to publicly available information, the name AI.com was sold in 2017 for $2.4 million in a private transaction. So, and this is just recently then that they bought it. So
It was last week, yeah.
yeah.
And the most expensive domain name ever purchased or sold was cars.com. The Gannett newspaper chain bought it for $800 and some odd million.
Okay, so that was before cars.com.
Yeah, or they don't have cars.com in there. I don't think it's been with it. I think it was before 2021.
Yeah, 2005.
No, but I mean, the sale of cars was
Cars.com.
before 2021.
Let's see.
Well, if they don't have it. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
So here, there's a good case where the data's in the data bank and one answer gives you one answer, 90 million in 2005, and the other gives you 872 million in 2014. So the database was available to the AI, but based on the question asked, it got different results. So
Yes.
again,
So-
Bob G. cautioned, the facts may not be exactly accurate for what the question.
And there are times where you want to go back and reword your question just to make sure that your data is correct.
List the
Internet's not always right.
top 10 sales of domain names. So it left out cars.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ran AI.com and I guess I have to sign up for it.
Yeah, you sign up, it'll put a cookie on your system, so when you go back, you don't normally have to sign in unless you run CCleaner or something similar, it takes it off.
And the other thing I've been playing with is creating graphics. And I've gotten some really neat stuff. Let me share my screen.
Sure. Do you need me to grant it or grant your code? No, you've got it. Okay.
I got it. Yeah. And let's see. Go here, and I got all my AI stuff. As you can see, I'm starting to collect a lot of AI websites, but a lot of them can't do anything with because they aren't free. Some don't have free, but this is one. You go through Discord to get to this, and it's called Mid-Journey. And when it runs, what you do is you accept the invite. You have to have a Discord account. A Discord is a
Social media.
yeah, social media. And then in order to use it, what you do is you find one of these newcomer rooms and you go into it. You can see, well, I'm not sure. That was the one that I got earlier today. Let's see if I can get back to that. I don't know whether I can or not. But what you do here is you've got the line down here. You got to be in one of these newbies rooms to do this. You do a slash, imagine, and press enter. As soon as you do, you get a prompt. And then you can say, let me have a, let's see.
How about a caricature of a Corvette?
Okay, and how do I spell caricature?
C-A-R, I-C, care, or maybe care act.
Well, I think it will tell me. Yeah, see, I got spell check here, caricature.
Of a Corvette.
Holy moly.
Now, it's other people are also doing this, so there are other things going on.
Interesting to see what they
You
have.
have to move up and down to find yours.
Those came in after yours.
You can see how detailed some of them have gotten.
There we
in
go.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if I click it and then open it in a browser, I can then save it, save image as, and save it to my computer. And then what I've done, and then I crop each one and get 4 different views.
And there's no copyright.
There's no copyright on
anything.
it.
You can just go ahead and use it. Yeah, because it's AI generated.
And so if you're doing a presentation, or if you just want to do something on Facebook or whatever, or MeWe or whatever, you can put this picture up and it's yours. And I just think it's that quick and that easy, and they're pretty good. Let's come back here and let's see. How do I get back? There we go. I don't know if I can find, let's see, I think I can do a search here. Search, and I'll search for Huey. I think it also gives, no, it doesn't here. From Huey. Let's try this and see what we get. I may not even be in the right room that I did this earlier. The worst part was when I logged in, it was there. And I didn't save it, I don't think. No.
Okay, so it's Mid Journey is the name of the channel or the server on
Right,
Discord.
but you gotta go through Discord.
Yeah. I've got a Discord account. Remember, I set it up for CFCS at the time.
But you can see all of the different types of things that people,
So when you went to Discord itself, you just searched on Mid Journey?
you accept the invite and then go to one of the newcomer rooms,
Yeah.
doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
And then down in the bottom in the box, you're going to do a /imagine, press enter, and then you'll get the prompt.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
I'm helping my son set up a website to run for state office in Nebraska. And we decided to put it on Ionos, used to be 1-in-1. And we've got the web designer and we've got all the support for it. But we need a lot of graphics, and the graphics have to be not copyrighted in order to have a public site. So this would be ideal.
yeah, you can see all the different ones that people have tried.
And ask for patriotic images and things. Now, if you wanted not to be in a newbie room and you actually wanted to be part of it, do you have to pay to join it?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Okay.
Hmm.
If you just type in what's it, Mid Journey? Yeah, Mid Journey. You should get information, but there's also a let's see, where is it? Yes, Discord Mid Journey, but there was another one. Where is it? Oh, the Dolly, which is part of Open API.
System.
And you can do some things here. I think I went to try it today and it told me I had exceeded my limit. Well, you can see some of the things that people have.
OpenAI.com product/DALL-E-2.
Yeah. So it's part of the Open AI group.
DALLE.
-E-2. I don't know whether you need the -2. Yeah, I think it's a DALL-E 2. There might be a DALL-E 3 too. I can't remember.
Okay. Looks good.
But I've been creating some different pictures of things that I've used in some of my presentations of people and so on that I don't have to worry about the copyrights on them.
Very good. I wonder if they do something similar for audio, for non-copyrighted music. I know there's lots of channels on YouTube that you can get music. In fact, YouTube itself, when you're uploading video that doesn't have any sound associated with it, you can add an audio track that's uncopyrighted.
And there are some things they're doing AI with creating video, but one of them I actually paid for. It was from the same people who did videos, but I haven't done enough with it yet to know exactly what I'm doing. And all of their tutorials are how to make money with it, not how to use it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, lots of stuff on YouTube on using AI to make money and trying
Yeah.
to set up stores and things like that. And I think they're doing that just to try to attract people to their channels.
Well, they're writing software and trying to make money out of it.
Clint, what have you been up to? Unmute.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
I haven't done much. I've just been kind of learning stuff.
As we all do.
Yeah, I'm enjoying tonight's presentation on OpenAI. I haven't played with it at all yet. So thank you.
There's a lot of people that are equating this open AI and AI in general as compared to the Industrial Revolution. It's going to totally change how we use computers and how computers are used, how the search engines are used. And at this point, Google has been about 80 some odd or 90% of the search engine, and Bing has been about 8 or 9%. And they're predicting that this is going to significantly increase Bing and reduce Google.
Just like I go searching for a subject on YouTube, and I'll get page after page after page of videos on that subject. But you can go to ChatGPT and say, give me a list of the top 10 YouTube videos on repairing a mechanical watch. And it's going to, as of 2021 anyway, or whatever's in their database, it'll come through and give you a list of YouTube videos.
So it gives you a good listing.
Gives you a list. Yeah. I even tried it when I was trying to decide how to do my presentation on batteries that I did on Tech for Seniors. And I said, give me a script for a YouTube video describing alternatives to lithium ion batteries. And it gave me, and I said for a 10-minute script. So it actually gave me, narrator, picture or video of this. This is the opening, and it gave me all the things I was supposed to say, and it went on paragraph after paragraph after paragraph to give me a 10-minute script. I didn't particularly care for it, but it gave me the concept of what a good 10-minute video would be. And then I went ahead and decided, well, I'm going to do it. Instead of doing it as a video, I'm going to do it as a presentation using PowerPoint. But it's just getting the concept sometimes, getting the kickstart. And as some of us saw when we saw the thing give us an outline for a term paper, it was there. Somebody could just take that and go write a term paper on European history. So.
And the other thing is that there's been a lot of talk about education, and in some places like New York City, they've banned the use of Chat GPT in the school systems. And then other school systems are embracing it and showing how to utilize it as a tool. And so the education field is either afraid of it, or they're going to say, well, create an outline for an essay and then you write the essay.
Well, I went to the University of Rochester, and I had some courses that required me to do a lot of reading. I had a literature course that I absolutely hated. I love to read science fiction, but if it's something I'm just not interested in, my reading speed goes way down. All I had to do was go into the bookstore, and they had these racks of Cliff Notes, on all the major books, knowing, I guess somebody in the store knew what the professors were assigning to read, and those racks would be updated with all the stuff. And I could read Cliff Notes and then do my own research and go to the library and get footnotes and things like that, and put together whatever papers I needed to do to have read the thing. So that concept has been existing for years and years and years and years.
And there's a website called Check for AI is one of them. And I don't remember what the other one is. but it actually will look at a document and tell you if it was created with AI.
Well, I think I would give it a command, which maybe I'll try after this is over. And I say, give me an outline for a term paper as written for a student in college that can't be identified as written by AI, and see what the AI comes up and gives me and compare it to the previous one.
And then run that website and see what it gets.
Spy, counter, spy, counter, spy.
As people learn how to use this technology, it really could put people's jobs at risk.
Yeah.
Or
And-
change.
And malware writers, give me a script for a call center talking to a person as if they were from Microsoft to convince them that they're from Microsoft and how to let me get on their computer. If it's not already blocked by Chat AI, somebody has probably already done it, and these guys are pretty inventive, but.
Oh, did anybody see that article that came out today that said exactly where the passwords, what cloud storage service was hosting the LastPass password data breach?
No, there is one posting them.
It came out today.
Wow.
One of their employees had his personal computer at home hacked, and there was a
that one I had.
keylogger, and the keylogger recorded the master password to open the cloud storage that they were using for the passwords. And it turns out it was an Amazon A3 cloud server. Where
I'm
the
sure
files are stored.
I'm sure the Security Now podcast tomorrow night, Steve Gibson and Leo Laporte will probably have an update on that if that just came out. Everything that was on my LastPass is now gone. And every single password, all 1,500, has been screened, deleted, or changed to complex passwords in RoboForm. And
Right.
so even if they have that password, the unfortunate thing is they do have in the open my name, the URL that I went to, the login name itself was not encrypted. Let's see, what else did they have? There was other things in the vault that were just hashed and not encrypted. And so that then allowed brute force attempts, smishing or whatever it is, to try to get in, just feed that information into a database and have your machine keep trying to log in over and over and over and over and over again. And they've got to know, is Mike Ungerman that important to spend the time on my logins to try to get into Chase or to try to get into whatever bank I'm with? And in those cases, I've even changed my login name as well as my password. So the old data is no longer any good, even if they've got it. They just know the banks and they know the credit cards I've got.
Right. Yeah, I was just reading that in the news today, earlier this afternoon, that they found out that it was not even a company computer; it was his personal computer that got hacked.
Well, we know somebody in politics whose personal computer has been in the news over and over and over again.
And the company Dashlane publicly announced support today for the passwordless login support that Google and Microsoft and Apple are pushing for the.
I think they all will. I think they all will go to that. You'll probably still, if you wish, you'll probably still keep your accounts, but it'll transition from passwords to passwordless, passphrase, whatever the terminology is. We'll see if it's worth keeping, or because I don't plan on going back to a plain Chrome browser or a plain Edge browser. I like the additional features that I get from Brave or I get from some of the others that give me additional fingerprinting resistance and
Do
things
you
like that.
like Brave better than DuckDuckGo?
I'm now using the Brave integral search. I'll share my screen again I was using DuckDuckGo. If I go put another tab up here. So you can now see that it's a Brave search. And what they do essentially is they put an envelope over a Google search, and they first search the Brave index. So it will then see, because Brave now claims that they've got, I don't know what the exact percentage is, I'm just going to throw it out there, they've got 40 or 50% built up of their own search indexes on their own. And then if they don't find the answer in their own index, then they go and they put in a private search on Google, and you get the results that way. So I don't know, it's
I've personally never tried DuckDuckGo, but I use Brave almost exclusively now.
so I'm sure this one came directly from Brave. And I suppose I don't know if I can get back to the tab. This thing keeps, how do I hide this? Let me see if I can get it up there. I'll move this down. There we go. If I go back to icon. Okay, so it's probably too new, but describe the advantage of using Brave's search over Google and let's see if it protect users' privacy with no tracking and profiling, no ads, user-driven results, open source.
Yeah.
So it didn't, I'm sure if you go onto the Brave website, it's going to give you, additional support information. But yeah, that's my default search page. And then I'll, if I want to use Google outright, I'll pick one of my browsers that has no information stored in it. Right now, I've got a bare version of Firefox with absolutely no settings in it. I've got a thing called LibreWolf, which is Firefox with a lot of privacy stuff added to it. I've got WaterFox. I've got Tor, if I truly want to try the Tor browser. And I've got Vivaldi.
Boy, oh boy.
So I've got a number of different browsers that I can go to if I just want to experiment with something that isn't locking things out. A friend of mine was trying to get on a government site, to remain unnamed, and file a claim for services. And it refused to respond to the answers that he would put in the form that he had to submit. So we did a team viewer session, and he was using Brave. And you can disable Brave's shields by clicking on the Brave icon and turning them off. So we tried that, and the pages re-rendered. They look slightly different, and the forms did take information it wouldn't take before, but it still would not complete the form, and it would not submit it. So then he had a copy of Firefox on his computer that he hadn't used before and hadn't used for anything. It was just sitting there. So we tried the same exact process, and we got all the way down to the submit button, and everything took, but when we went to the submit button, it wouldn't submit. So he had to put in a tech support.
So it was some other problem, not the Brave.
Yeah,
Brave.
I don't think it was Brave, and I know that Firefox was plain, and I even went to third-party cookies and allowed them. And allowed everything, no security whatsoever. I said, we'll just use this for this purpose now. Don't use it for anything else. And it refused to finish that particular form. But I've seen it in many cases, especially with financial sites, with the credit bureau sites also. You try to log on to credit bureau with Brave with all of its shields up. It doesn't want to take all your information. And if you can take the shields down, or you can open up a browser that doesn't have any shields set, and then you can get into it, do what you need to do, and then get back out again and clear your history. Okay, guys, it's 8:20. Any last thoughts or comments?
Has anybody tried using a pass key in place of passwords?
I have a UB key right here,
Okay,
and I made the mistake of getting the older one because it was cheaper. And the only thing that it would work on for me was Google, logging into my Google account.
Hmm.
And then I found out I would have to pay about 2 or 3 times as much for the more current UB2 key or something like that. And I figured, well, I'll just use the Google Authenticator, which
Yeah, I bought a Google key a long time ago, still in a box, and I couldn't tell you where that box is.
and that's the problem too. If if I'm sitting in my chair in the other room watching TV and I want to get on my laptop and do something, and it says, oh, you need your UB key, and it's sitting in here in my office. And I got to get up and go get the UB key. So,
Yeah.
And I use Google for so many different things on my Chromebook, on my phone, on my computer. I'm not sure how all that gets affected if you're going to use a key like that. So I just decided I'm not even going to play with it. Because
I was wondering if you,
I don't want to be.
I was wondering if you had, as Mike said, 2 computers, a desktop and a laptop. Can you get 2 UB keys and make them work?
they each have their own unique signature.
Right,
So I don't
You
know
need
if
to
you can
keep
have
for each
more than
one.
one registered. Yeah.
yeah. And besides, that gets expensive.
My
Yeah.
my phone has fingerprint identification,
Hmm.
which is nice.
Too.
And I can log into RoboForm with fingerprint identification on my phone,
Hmm.
and I can log in with a PIN code that supersedes my complex password. So theoretically, if the phone is lost and I press my fingerprint in and it brings up my RoboForm, it's still going to ask for my PIN. And now with a 4-digit PIN, you could brute force, I suppose. If you could get something to go into the USB and then try all, whatever it is, 9,999. Well, that's 9,999 factorial, because you'd be swatching the digits around, I suppose, and whatever it is, number of combinations.
That's,
and-
that's if it was all numbers. What about letters and other characters?
That's a good point. I've never tried a PIN with a letter in it. I've always used numbers. So we'd have to see if it asks for 4
Right.
numbers or.
Oh, on a
Never-
positive note to end the evening on password stuff, Bitwarden came out with an upgrade to their Android software last week, and they fixed some of their password bugs that were irking me. That they work now.
Good. I had left Bitwarden for one of several reasons. One of the reasons was that they advertised an authenticator application, and it was just not there.
It's a 2-in-1 kind of giveaway.
Right. But in stumbling around in RoboForm on my phone, I found it actually had as one of the options an authenticator, and it brought up a whole new screen that looks just
Yeah.
like Google Authenticator.
Yeah.
And it says, press here to add a new one, and it had to scan for the QR code and
Yeah.
whatever. So I may be switching my authenticators from Google to RoboForm. I just haven't sat down. I think I've got about 35 or 40 accounts now that are set up for authentication.
Oh, yeah.
Phil, I see you just joined us. Would you like to unmute and tell us what you've been doing for the last month?
Oh.
Good evening.
What he was going through years ago when he moved, and now I've gone through it. So, and I guess I unhook that, see what comes up. There we go. Oh,
Yeah, I see you.
same old guy, different. Anyway,
We've been chatting away here for the last hour and 20 minutes or so. So I saw you just joined us.
well, I just got back in the apartment and I saw Stan's. No, I guess it was yours, Mike. Anyway, so I decided to click and see if you're still around. That's I went to Robo after the last pass, and it's worked out pretty smoothly on my phone as well as the computer.
Good.
Yep.
Well, we did record this, and Huey, it'll be in the cloud. So when we're done, you can post it when it finishes recording.
I sneak in every now and then.
Okay,
Glad you could eventually get here.
Thank you.
Good seeing you again, Phil.
All
I
right,
keep
I will
Tech for
stop.
Senior and you guys every now and then. Thank you.
I think I'm going to have to leave.
All right, and I'm going to stop recording. Let's see. Sure you want to stop? Yes.